Hello, welcome back to another session of learning. In the series of teaching and learning of pronouns, today our topic is the interrogative pronouns. Do you know what interrogative pronouns are? Can you guess? You see something here which is all question mark. So, can you guess what interrogative pronouns are? Alright, we shall learn more about it now. Before we go into interrogative pronoun, again a quick reminder of what a pronoun is. A pronoun is a word that is used in place of a noun to avoid repetition. For example, Balaji works with GE. Balaji is a housekeeping supervisor. Now, I can also say Balaji works with GE and he is a housekeeping supervisor. So, what is the pronoun here? Exactly, it is he, because it is used in place of a noun Balaji, the proper noun. So, an interrogative pronoun is a pronoun that is used to ask questions. Interrogation, questioning. A pronoun that is used, it's a word used in place of a noun. So, an interrogative pronoun is a pronoun that is used for questioning or asking questions. So, what are they? Shall we look at them? So, there in front of you are those interrogative pronouns: who, whom, whose, which, and what. These five, the five W's: who, whom, whose, which, what. Now, how are they the interrogative pronouns? We will get to learn soon. Alright. Now, let us look at these interrogative pronoun who, whom, and whose. These interrogative pronouns, especially who, whom, and whose, are used in three different cases: the subject form, the object form, and the possessive form. See, if you remember, a subject is the life of the sentence. It tells you who, followed by a verb and an object. This is the basic structure of a sentence in English. Now, look at this. Who baked these cookies? So, who is in the position of the subject, and after that is the verb baked, right? Whom did you invite for the party? Now, there is always a discussion about which is the subject here, which is the object here. Some people say that this particular sentence can also be in the object case, but if you see there, whom, talking about a person, did you invite? Now, many grammarians also say you is the primary subject and naturally the whom becomes the indirect object. But whatever is the case, this is another way of using the interrogative pronoun whom. Now, in the object case, this question was asked by whom? Now, you see this question, that is the subject, was asked is the object, the verb, very sorry, was asked is the verb, and by whom followed by a preposition by is the preposition, and you have the object whom. Now, look at the next sentence, to whom. Normally in the objective case, the object interrogative pronoun is either preceded or succeeded by a preposition. Now, to is a preposition there. To whom did you hand over the document? Now, this is a formal, we don't really use this kind of a language these days. We would simply say, whom did you hand over the document? That's all. We don't say. Or you can also say, whom did you hand over the document to? You can also say it that way. Now, if you look at the third sentence, you will see that whom were you talking to, or to whom were you talking. You can use either way. So, this is the object case. And last is the possessive case. Whose is that car? Whose is talking about who is the owner, right? Instead of saying who is the owner of the car, you simply say whose is that car? Whose was the damaged car? So, I am talking about ownership or possessive. So, these are the three cases in which the interrogative pronoun who, whom, and whose are used. Clear? Let us quickly look at the interrogative pronoun which. Now, which has only two cases, subject and object case. Which was your lunch box? Now, which is in the subject position because after which comes the verb, and then you have the lunchbox as the object. Which of these books is yours? Which is also the pronoun, because which refers to the bunch of books, and followed by the preposition, and then you have these books as the object is yours. But if you look at the next one, to which will you subscribe to? English Bricks or something else? Please do subscribe to English Bricks, right? Okay. Seriously, back to this. To which, you see the preposition to is preceding the pronoun which, and after which you have the verb will. Now, in this case also, in which of the shelves did you place the files? So, in preposition, which, pronoun, of the shelves. So, you also have seen how the interrogative pronoun which is used both in the subject case and the object case. Clear? Alright, let's move on. The last of the interrogative pronoun, what. In subject case, you see, what are humming? What hums the bees? Alright. You can also write, what are you humming? Alright. Look at, what is that noise? Now, what refers to the noise? So, it's a pronoun followed by is, which is a verb, and it asks a question, interrogative pronoun. Look at it in the object position. What did you buy at the supermarket? I can also, so if you see this, why is it in the object case? This is an indirect object case because you have you there, you are interested in you, and what did that person buy? So, what becomes an indirect object? What did you eat at the buffet? Again, the same rule applies. You is a primary subject and what becomes the secondary object. You have buffet and what as the objects. So, these are the ways the interrogative pronoun what is used both in the subject and the object case. But why do we need to know whether it is in the subject or the object case? Because it helps us to write better sentences, more formal sentences, right? Let's check what we have learned so far. See, there in front of you, you have an exercise. There are 15 sentences in front of you with blanks. I want you to try and fill them with the appropriate interrogative pronouns. You can pause the video here, attempt it, and then go on and look for the answers there. Alright? So, please do try it. There you see the answers for all the 15 sentences. I hope you have attempted it and you are just checking the answers if you have got them right or wrong. If you've got them right, I'm sure you've understood the purpose of the interrogative pronouns and how they are used. And still you have any doubt, there is another small exercise that you are requested to do. Ready for that? Oh, no, not that bodybuilding exercise. This is just another grammar exercise. Okay, another grammar exercise, another 15 sentences. Now, there on the screen you see 15 normal sentences, the declarative or assertive sentences. I want you to convert them into interrogative sentences using interrogative pronouns only. So, let's reverse the grammar task. Right? Attempt it. Got it? For example, they have worn sweaters. What have they worn? So, what? Subject, have, verb, they worn. So, this can also, this is the right usage of the interrogative pronouns. So, based on that example, try to solve the next 14. Here I have not written the complete sentences, the complete interrogative sentences. I just put down the pronouns there. But I would suggest you to attempt writing the interrogative sentences using the interrogative pronouns. Please do that. Just a little effort. After all, right? When you're learning. Fine, guys. We have come to the end of this video program. Almost, actually. There's still a little more information that I would like to share with you. And then we are done with interrogative pronouns. Right, guys? Yes. There we are. If we don't recap, how will we know that we have got things right? It's always good, the last minute peek, right? Okay. So, an interrogative pronoun is used for asking questions. This pronoun is never adjacent to a noun. Great. Normally, an interrogative pronoun is an object case, is used as an object of a preposition. What and which are used to ask about people and things, but avoiding using what for people. Which is normally used for choice. Say for example, which do you prefer, tea or coffee? So for choice. Also for specific answer. Who is used in the subject case only for people. Whom is used in the object case only for people. It is mostly used in formal context, used with preposition and verb, but not for spoken English. Whose is used to ask about people and things related to ownership or possession. Sentences with interrogative pronouns always end with a question mark. These are a few pointers that you need to remember. Thank you so much again for watching my videos so patiently. I hope your doubts on interrogative pronouns and their usage has been dealt with, clarified, and good to go. Thank you so much. Thank you once again for watching, for commenting and subscribing and sharing my channel, The English Bricks. Thank you so much. Please watch my videos. Any questions, any queries, please get back at English Bricks. I would love to help you in any way possible to improve your knowledge in the area of English language. So take care till we come back with the next video in the series of pronouns. Bye. God bless. Thank you.